Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're having a challenge trying to get a personal loan or find a personal loan, I'm going to share with you some lenders that may be able to help. And with most of these lenders, they don't do a hard pull on the credit unless you actually accept a loan. Now, I want to break some of these lenders down. That being said, the first one is Economic Justice Fund. Okay. And here's the difference with this type of lender is that they work with the community because they're a community development financial institute. Many of you all hear me say that CDFIs is probably the best place for you to possibly to get a loan, especially when you have a high debt to income ratio. All right. Now, in terms of how much you can borrow, as you can see here, they loan you from 2,500 up to 25,000. All right. Now, here's something that's very important you have to understand. Like I said, you can pre qualify. So, this won't impact your credit score. It's going to be a soft pull. Now, here's the thing about it with these type of lenders that do a soft pull. They're going to use third party credit bureaus, in which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But I just wanted you all to know that with them, they will allow a soft pull once every 12 months. Okay. So here's the thing about it. If you apply for this loan and then you decide, well, I don't want to go through it right now. Well, guess what? If you decide maybe a month out, well, let me go ahead and see if I pre-qualify now. Then what'll end up happening, you may end up with a hard pull at that moment. All right. But at the same time, like I said, because it is a CDFI, they have more flexibility to work with you. Another hidden gem that I don't usually share with people is the People's Trust Loans.org. Now, there's a credit union as well as this CDFI. This is the CDFI part of it, okay? And so the thing about it with this here, again, people that are struggling to get approved for a loan and stuff like that, like say that their credit union, if you was to join their credit union and you applied and you were not approved or whatever, then you still can apply for this here side of their business as well. Okay. And so, again, most of the time with credit unions, because or banks, because of the DTI, that may be a bigger challenge to people, especially if the debt to income ratio is over 55, 60%. All right. And so, in terms of when you go here, again, you can see here is the People's Trust Loans. When you go here, just remember there's the credit union, and then there's this side of it that offers the loans. Now, here's the thing about it. You can see they offer the consumer loans. So they have consumer one loans that go up to 500. Again, they have the consumer two loans that go up to $1,001. Then they also have the consumer three loans that go up to $10,000. Okay. And so when you come here, you can choose in terms of how much you want to borrow, and then the terms that you want for is how long you want to take to pay it back. All right. At the same time, again, with these type of lenders, they do a soft pull on the credit, and the main reason they're doing that just to verify, that you're not a scammer, right? They want to make sure the information that you're putting in is actually yours. Another easy loan that I always tell you guys about is Opportune. All right. And so with Opportune, again, you can see here that loans go from 300 up to 10,000. And again, it's no effect on the credit score. Just understand with Opportune, they are not in all 50 states, just like those other CDFIs. But at the same time, you guys that are, again, having challenges getting approved for a loan from your banks or credit union, these are the best places to look. Now, I did mention to you guys about the third party credit bureaus, and Clarity is one of those third party credit bureaus. And as you can see, it's owned by Experian. And so, with this here type of third party credit bureau, as you can see, they're the ones that hold financial data about you. Whenever you apply for a loan or credit card and stuff, they collect that data and then they sell it to third party financial lenders and stuff like that that don't use major credit bureaus. All right. And this is mainly for soft pull as well. One of the key elements of these type of institutions is that they hold on to your old information much longer than your regular credit bureaus. So if you're trying to fix your credit and stuff like that, these are the type of credit bureaus that hold that information. So if the credit bureau said we sent you a letter back verified, then what they're doing, they're going to their systems that they actually own to verify that information. Now, you definitely can get access to your credit report for this as well. Now, another one is through Factor Trust. Factor Trust is owned by TransUnion, and it's the same thing. You can get access to this report. Again, most of the time, when people get denied a loan, the biggest reason they get denied a loan is not because of the credit score, it's because the address or the name that they put on the application is not matching up with these third party credit bureaus. So you may have a hyphenated name, you may have a maiden name, things of that nature, and those are the type of things that can get you denied. All right. Also, you have Teletrack, which is owned by Equifax. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it. A lot of these platforms and these tribal lenders, they're the ones that would mostly use these type of third-party credit bureaus to verify information. Okay, so when you getting denied, like I said, it's most likely not because of the credit score, it's because the information with these third-party credit bureaus may be outdated and they're sending that information over to them that may not be accurate as to what's on the application. Okay. Now, one thing I always tell you guys before you go into looking for any high interest rate loans, because some of these loans are high interest rate, I always tell you to go get the free interest loan from your HR department, filling out this W-4 form. Okay, because this is going to stop the IRS from taking taxes out of your check. Okay, you'll be able to bring home a bigger paycheck so you can pay your bills. This is the best loan anybody that's working a job can actually have. Now, another place I would tell you guys that is very flexible in terms of when they're offering you a loan, and this credit union, Penn Fed. Now, the reason they're here is because they will work with you if you have high utilization, high debt to income ratio. Okay. Now, the minimum credit score usually is about a 620 credit score. But one of the things about it you must know is that with Penn Fed, they use Experian FICO 9 when it comes to the personal loans. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And also, in reference to if you're just joining them, it's just a $5 into a secured account. And I would tell you into a savings account, but I would tell you to open up a checking account as well. Now, for you guys that are entrepreneurs, okay, and you doing your own thing and you hustling out there, then this here is probably the place you want to take a look at is Lendeska, okay? Because they offer freelance cash advance. So whether you're doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, or you may a carrier or something like that, they actually offer loans also. So it's not dependent on the credit score. This is all dependent on the performance of the business, your revenue that's coming in to the business, okay? So I would say in terms of with these type of loans, you would want your minimum income to be at least about 2,000 to $2,500 a month in order to qualify for this type of loan because it's not off of your personal credit. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it. Even though they say a 550 credit score in 90 days in business, one of the bigger things is that do you have the revenue? So that's the reason where I got that 2,000 to 2,500 so that you can qualify. So for you all that are entrepreneurs, and for those of you that can't show proof of income because you don't have pay stubs and everything, we still have a promotion going on to help you get free payroll and pay stubs. Our promotion being the free 4 months of payroll and pay stub. Plus, we give you a 30-minute consultation once you fully register for the payroll and pay stubs. They can verify all of your information for its business and stuff, we actually give you a free 30-minute consultation. And we do an actual credit repair evaluation for you as well. Okay, so that's something that some of you all may be interested in that need to show proof of pay stubs so that you can get qualified for larger loans, or you just trying to get into an apartment, or you just need to buy a new car and you don't have those documents. We actually can help you with another lender for you guys to take a look at is Viva Payday Loans. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. As you can see, it's interest rate is 5.99 up to 35.99, right? And I'll have some of the links below, but I want to show you guys that. When you go to look for a personal loan on the website, okay, you come over here, you see loans and credit card. If you click on personal loans, then what you want to do, I tell you, look at your annual income first. So if you know you're making less than $25,000, whether you're on disability, retirement, or something like that, then in terms of like with $25,000, what it's going to do is going to tell you what is your highest probability, what loans would be able to help you that are ranging for that. All right. So these are the ones if you're making $25,000. All right. Now, let's just say if you're making $35,000, then you would qualify for those loans, plus you'll be able to qualify for these type of loans as well. All right. So I just wanted to show you all how this system works. So that way, when you're applying for a loan or you're trying to look for a loan, you always want to start with your income. All right. If you start with your income, don't you don't even have to focus on like your credit score or the loan amount. Just start with your income, and then it will tell you all of the loans that you should be able to qualify for. So if you're making 45,000 more or less, then these are the type of loans that you'll have the highest approval. All the rest of the loans as well, but just coming in, then this is probably where you want to start. So think about what your income is first, and then uh, it will tell you what loans that you'll have the highest chance of approval. All right, so that's one thing that you need to be aware of. Now, another lender that will work with you if you have a high debt to income ratio is Achieve. And what you would need, they do ask for, unfortunately, they do ask for proof of income. However, they will allow you to do a pre qualification before they do a hard pull on the credit. Okay. But they, again, going back to those pay stubs, if you have a challenge producing pay stubs, but this is the information that you would need in order to apply for this loan. Now, the reason I like them, again, because you don't have to have a strong credit score to work with them. All you need is at least a 620 credit score in order to work with them. Okay. Another thing about Achieve, as you can see, they go up to $50,000 as well. Now, just keep in mind, again, they're not in all 50 states. So that's something you just keep in mind, okay? Another lender that you guys may want to check out is Reprise Financial. Now, as you can see, with Reprise Financial go from 2,500 up to 25,000 as well. Now, for you guys that are entrepreneurs or you operating a business as a DBA, they will not work with you. Okay. You have to show proof of income. And again, that's the reason I continue to tell you guys when you're not operating as a registered business, if you don't have payroll, even if the credit's bad, but you're operating as a registered business and you're able to show proof of income. There's a lot of lenders out there that will be willing to work with you. All right. But if you need help with registering your business as well as the payroll, then click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation for that. Now, another lender I always mention is with net credit. And as you can see, again, they go up to $10,000. They also offer the line of credit up to 4,500. And the biggest difference, not only the dollar amount, is that when you get approved for the personal loans with net credit, again, whatever dollar amount, they charge you interest off the back for the whole amount. But with the line of credit, they only charge you interest on what you actually use. Now, just keep in mind, they're not in all 50 states. The last loan on the list is low credit finance, all right? And they go up to $50,000, but this is a platform, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing about it. By them being a platform, they work with tribal lenders. Now, many of you all know that I tell you, usually with tribal lenders, you usually have to have a minimum income after taxes is at least $1,000 a month in order to qualify with them. Okay. So if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.